Okay, let's talk to Charisse.
My dear little Miss Charisse, what in the world are you doing?
I'm counting.
So good to see they still teach that in grade school these days. Oh,
Yeah, I'm really impressed with her counting
I
skills.
think the timing seems off. I need to check again.
on second thought, maybe they don't teach it so well after all.
You don't have to insult her. She's clearly doing something.
I almost think I'll regret asking. But darling, what timing is off?
It's Mr. Klops, the butler.
Valet.
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, what about him then?
I saw him go into this room when the lights were out.
Yep, he did that.
I see. Is that when he found the body, do you think?
I think so. He came running out looking for Mr. Horatio. I don't think he saw me.
Oh, well, you can't blame the poor man for that. He only sees half as much as the rest of us.
Rude.
But just what does that have to do with all your pacing and counting?
I think
That
he was in here too long.
is questionable, though, because if, like, half of his vision was blocked, Charisse could have stood in his blind spot. Or anybody could have stood in his blind spot, honestly.
Too long?
I've been timing how long it takes to walk from the door to the body. It doesn't add up. I'm sure he was in here longer. Maybe an extra 20 seconds.
Whoa, 20 seconds.
Well,
Anything
aren't
could have
you a
happened.
delightfully
20
clever little
seconds.
girl? Maybe you should have been a detective rather than a fabulously wealthy industrial heiress.
Oh, it's nothing, really. It's just... well, it's not my first time being around a murder case. That's all. I guess that helps a little.
Not your first time being around a murder. That's interesting, but I gotta ask this
In
first.
any case, it's a good thing I found you, my dear. I had a feeling you just might be in need of my expertise.
Your expertise?
Oh, yes, dear. I've buried 9 husbands after all. I've got this mourning business down pat, if I do say
Oh yeah,
so
you gotta
myself.
teach her how to mourn.
Forgive me, I didn't know. I'm so sorry to hear it. That's just so much bad luck for one lifetime.
One gets used to it. And it's not all bad news. My last husband, the Duke, left me this marvelous country estate that is absolutely to die for. But silly me, here I am.
Yeah,
being
I get
all
what
alone
she's
by
doing. She's
myself.
trying to emphasize, like,
You must
oh,
be
look,
so
you have this
careful
mansion
story
now.
about all of this.
The prince and I, well, we hadn't been seeing each other for very long. But still, it's such a horrible crime. That's why I can't rest until I know the truth behind it.
Well,
He
good
did
luck
seem rather
on your
smitten
not
with
resting.
you, I must say.
Well, he just liked to exaggerate, I'm sure. He had rather his own unique way with words.
Unique is one way to put it. You don't suppose that in his grandiose infatuation, he wrote you into his will, did he?
Oh, I can't imagine that he would have. He never said so anyway.
So, probably not, but
Pity. That's usually the first thing I ask for.
the
Ah,
first
well,
thing.
Live and learn, my dear.
First date. Hey, can I get in your will? Just real quick question on the first date. Can I get in your will real quick?
I'm sorry, my dear, but did you say this isn't your first murder?
Yes. No. It wasn't my murder. But I was there when it happened.
I hope it wasn't your murder, because you're alive. Unless you're a ghost.
My. I never would have imagined.
You could be a ghost, I guess.
It must make for an absolutely thrilling story, I'm sure.
Please, you must forgive me, but I really don't want to talk about it.
Of course. How rude of me to pry. I'm sure the experience must have been just ghastly for you. But, oh my, you don't suppose it could have something to do with our current predicament, do you?
No, I don't think so. It was a long way away, and the killer was stopped. And besides, except for Leah and I, nobody here was involved.
But Leah was also
Well,
involved.
that's a relief. It would be just awful if
Okay,
there was a serial killer
interesting.
following you around, or something like that. It must just be coincidence, then, that people keep dropping dead wherever you go.
Says the lady with 9 dead husbands.
Suppose that it must be.
Okay. But Leah was also there. I wonder if we should ask Leah about that.
So, my poor little girl, I was talking to my friend the Comtessa, and she told me she'd heard people at court say the rudest things about your late family.
I suppose they might have done. Sometimes people will say things that are quite unkind. I try not to let it bother me.
Still, it must be awfully hard being a new money family when there are so many busybodies who go on and on about tradition and blue blood and that sort of thing.
Oh, I don't think so. Some people will say cruel things about anybody. I've heard them say things even about the Comtessa, too. So it wasn't just us.
Yeah, a lot of people are just cruel for
About
cruelty's
the
sake.
Comtessa, really? I thought you said you didn't listen to that sort of
I
thing.
mean, she hears it. That doesn't mean she's listening. Come on.
I try not to. But Titanico talked about it sometimes. I think he knew the Comtessa's last husband before he passed away.
My goodness! Surely he didn't imply that she was in any way responsible. That would be unthinkable.
Well, he did say there were rumors. But I'm sure that's all they were.
Yeah, it was
Said.
probably just
They'll
rumors.
say nasty things sometimes.
Yes, my dear. They most certainly do.
Okay, I want to read my history real quick. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Titanico knew the Contessa's last husband. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I think I'm leaving this room. So we have the check mark. Okay, that's what I was curious about. If it would uncheck if new stuff was available somewhere. Which it clearly doesn't because that's still the way it is. Which means what I'll probably do is after talking to everybody and looking at the breaker room, go around and talk to everybody again. Because they might have, yeah, they're all gonna have new shit to talk about. Maybe. I want to make sure.
The family crest of the Lees still adorns some of the flags and banners that hung from the walls in the dining room. I suppose it wasn't a bad crest, really. A little overly dramatic with all the spikiness.
I can't even see the crest.
But then, they weren't exactly a family that had cultivated a particularly cuddly image.
Okay, so the Lees are not seen as good people. Gotcha. What the shit is this?
First, I was inclined to laugh at the giant, oddly proportioned statue that was the dining room's centerpiece. But as I drew closer, I couldn't help but feel a bit intimidated by the way it loomed over me.
Yeah,
Then
it's got
again,
them long
I
ass
could say the
arms.
exact same things about that gruesome one-eyed manservant Klops. Who'd have ever thought he would have so much in common with a work of art?
Is this a work of art? I guess so. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Look at its long ass arms, so we can see the crest here. Ah. It is quite spiky, isn't it? Yes, I understand now. Yes.
Long,
Tell
narrow
me about the
tables
tables.
stretched on either side of the room for what seemed like forever. At one end were the remnants of our refreshments from earlier. But I think I'll leave them alone for now.
Okay.
It didn't look like poison had anything to do with the prince's death, but one can never be too careful.
That's fair. I would also stay away from anything that could deliver poison in such an environment. Flag is just the flag, the table is just a table, the floor has nothing, the ceiling, the walls have nothing. I think that's everything. Oh, she has something to say
Inside
about the
lamp was a
lanterns.
candle. I doubt anyone would notice if I took it with me.
We have a candle. We have a candle. You don't need another candle. We have one. Okay. I guess that's just an alternate way to get you a candle. So what
So,
else
that
do you have to
class
tell
fellow.
me,
He
Horatio?
was the prince's valet. Have I got that right?
Yes, that's right. Mr. Tor is the butler, but today's his day out.
The butler is Tor, like Minotaur. I gotcha.
So is he, a good valet then? I only ask because I just found him skulking about in the brush outside, and I wasn't really sure if that was the sort of things valets usually do.
Was he now? Well, I can't say I know terribly much about the exact duties of my dear friend's household staff, but I know he did some gardening from time to time.
Indeed.
So the gardening
gardening.
thing is not a lie.
I believe he said something along those lines as well.
Yes, well, he was quite good at whacking weeds, or so I heard.
Is that the only thing he's good
I
at whacking?
suppose that sounds about right. If I were a weed, or really, even if I wasn't, I wouldn't want to get whacked by him either.
Yeah, that's,
Was he happy with his work?
I was curious
Do you know?
about if there are non-weeds getting whacked.
Come to think of it, he did seem a bit jealous of Mr. Tor's position from time to time.
No doubt being a butler pays better than a mere valet. Though I'm not sure how either stacks up against a grand magus.
Need I remind you, Misfortune, I am not, was not, an employee of the prince's household.
Sure,
Of
yeah,
course,
right.
How silly of me. So back to Mr. Klops then. Do you know if he had issues with money? Might he badly have needed a raise?
Really couldn't say. Perhaps someone on the staff did, though. I did sometimes hear Mr. Tor complain about small valuables going missing.
Small valuables kept
So
going
very
missing.
interesting.
Okay,
You've been a great help, my dear Horatio.
I'm writing that one down. Small valuables gone missing.
It is my pleasure to be of service.
I still don't like you, Horatio. You give me bad vibes. So what about this? The announcement again.
Horatio, dear, are you certain?
Right,
you won't
the
tell me
prince's
about the
announcement.
Special announcement that the prince was going to make?
Of course, my lips are sealed.
Oh, ho hum. Then I suppose I'll just have to tell you about it.
You... what?
It had to do with this, didn't it?
I have evidence about what his announcement was. It must have been the diamond ring, because that would mean engagement, right?
Alakazam, how did you get that?
I rather wish I knew that myself. But for now, I think it's best to stay on track while the wizard is still wonderstruck. Tut-tut, my dear. Magicians aren't the only ones who get to keep secrets. The important thing is what the prince planned to do with it. It was his, wasn't it?
Well, yes. I mean, it was. Well, it wasn't exactly for him,
So
you
he
see.
was gonna announce
Oh dear.
his engagement to Charisse
No
then.
need to worry, darling. I already know exactly what it was for.
Yeah, he was going to propose to Charisse, right?
It's
That's the only
simple,
thing that makes
really.
sense.
He was going to propose to Charisse.
And what makes you say that?
Come now, my dear. It doesn't take a fortune teller to see that he'd been doing everything in his power to sweep her off her feet. Add to that a diamond ring sized for slender little fingers, and the story all but writes itself.
It is true that he was quite, taken with her, yes. I mean, who wouldn't be, really?
Oh, yes. Sweet, demure, pliable, and very, very rich.
Yeah, it's the rich
Just
part
the type for
that
the prince, I'm
real
sure.
interesting.
You're not going to tell Miss Charisse about this, are you? Surely it would only make things even harder for her.
He got a real suspicious expression once I said it was probably for Charisse.
No, at least not yet. Like I said, sometimes I like to have a secret or two up my sleeve myself. But confirming that I was right about the prince's intent certainly does paint this mystery in a whole new light.
So the prince was going to marry Charisse, which means that his money would have probably gone to her when he died. Which means that whoever killed him probably was trying to keep the money away from
Thanks to
Charisse
my candle here,
and
I
towards
should be able
them.
to find the light switch. Ah, there we go.
You are
With only
very
a little
quiet
effort,
among this
I found
electronic
my way
hum.
down to the basement of the old house. Although our little adventure with the lighting had seemed natural enough at the time, given the condition of the house, the prince's murder had colored all of the evening's happenings with a more sinister shading. Perhaps examining the house's electrical panel for myself would shed some light on the mystery.
This has to help us some way. Somehow, this will make everything come together. So this is a very small room. There is nothing I can look at besides the electrical panel. Just checking. I'm just checking. Okay, I'm
That must
satisfied.
be the breaker panel. Let's take a closer look, shall we?
Let's open that baby up.
I don't know much about this sort of thing, but it looks to me that all the switches are on, except for one. Well, fun as it would be to make the little girl faint again, I probably shouldn't touch them for now.
Okay. So every switch is on except for one. What is this?
What have we
What
here?
hell is this?
It's an
Electrical
timer.
timer.
I once used one of these in the school breaker room to shut off the lights during
Yeah,
the
that's
high
what I was
school
thinking.
exam.
Somebody timed when
You
the
can use
breaker
it to
would
flip the
go.
breaker
Yeah,
switch
yeah,
at any
yeah.
time. The question is, just what is it doing here? I'm starting to think our little blackout earlier might have been no accident after all.
And who went to fix things? It was Horatio. That Horatio's looking pretty
the
sus
wiring
right
is
now.
old, but it looks to me like it should all work. It's a bit of a mess, though. Hard to tell just what goes where.
About this one wire. Like, this one looks interesting to me because it goes off the panel, but apparently she has nothing to say about.
The wiring is old,
Yeah.
but it looks to me...
She does not care for the wiring. Okay. Well, that's one thing we got, though, which is that. Huh. Okay. I'm going to start going around. I'm going to go around to every room again and talk to everybody, and I guess we got to summate. Because, we don't have many more clues we can find. So do you have anything new? Leah's family, yes.
Contessa, darling, I just heard a delectable little morsel of gossip and simply must share it with someone.
Why, some scrumptious gossip is just what I need right now. Do tell me more, dear.
Scrumptious
I
gossip.
was talking to the Leah girl. You know, Charisse's little hanger-on. And she hinted that she'd been feuding with her family and was more or less kicked out of the house.
Oh my, how sad for the poor young thing.
To be honest, if she lived with me, I'm quite sure I'd do the same. But do you know anything about who she is?
I dare say I know a little. Her parents were wealthy moguls in the technology sector. That is, until about a year ago.
Ugh, of course they were. No wonder I didn't know who she was. I find all that technobabble so terribly dull. So, what happened?
Someone leaked the company's most sensitive records that suggested corporate espionage and other unsavory business. Thanks to a rather exorbitantly priced lawyers, the family avoided a prison sentence, but the company was ruined.
I see. Do you think, then, that our very own Miss Leah was...
The one to leak the files? Oh, darling, it's unseemly to speculate about such
So,
things.
Leah?
All I
Hold
know
on,
is
let
that
me
they
read
always
history.
said it must have been an inside job.
History really helps us, because sometimes we read stuff, and then we're like, wait, give it to me again. Okay, so someone ruined the company, probably inside, and it could have been Leah, ruined her own parents' company.
A self-righteous brat who will send her own family up the river, if that's what it takes to do what she thinks is right. And here I thought I couldn't like her any less than I already did.
Okay. But probably Leah would not have murdered probably Leah would not have murdered. You see, I'm kind of between Klops and Horatio at the moment as the perpetrator, and it could have been a two-person... There were two knives! Remember, there's two knives. There's two knives. One was in our handbag, and one was in the queen bedroom. There's two knives. It could have been two people. Okay, anyways, Leah, you have something
So,
about you.
Your sweet little
Yeah,
friend.
that
She can be
second
quite
murder
the tease,
mystery.
it seems. I was just talking to her earlier, and she let it drop that this wasn't her first murder case.
You must think you're very clever for worming that out of her. You know, I bet you're one of those people who think they're a lot smarter than they really are, aren't you?
Yep, sure am.
My dear Leah, something like that is not exactly the wisest thing to say when you're perched precariously on the edge of a
She's still
window.
on the edge of that window?
It's ever so fortunate that I'm in a good mood today.
A good mood. Here, now. How could... No, never mind. I forgot who I was talking to.
In any case, my dear, Miss Therese said the only other one here who was involved in that case was you. No matter how smart I might or might not think I am, surely you can't blame me for wondering whether it might be relevant to our current predicament.
Well, it's not. Not directly, anyway.
Okay.
Aha,
Not directly.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, I want all
I
the
don't want to
deets,
talk
Leah.
about it. And I'm sure Sherry said the same thing. It was bad. For everyone, but especially for her. The truth she learned that day, she's never going to forget. And she definitely doesn't need you dredging it all up.
What did she learn that day? Is it your dark secret? Because we already have
I think I know.
hints that
She
you have a
learned
dark
about
secret.
You, didn't she? The deepest, darkest secret of her dearest, closest friend.
My what? Oh, do you mean the time I hacked the school computers in the 5th grade and replaced the teacher's login screen with a dancing walrus?
I
think you
meant
know
more
what I
like
mean,
the
my
time you
dear.
ruined your parents' company, but
No, I'm really not sure that I do.
Come now, darling. Why else would you be so tight-lipped about this mysterious past adventure of yours?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Because I don't like you? Because I don't trust you?
I'll
Because even
think
you
that
could
was
be
the
the
correct
killer?
choice.
All of the above? Take a pick.
Has anybody ever told you that you can be maddeningly obstinate?
Yep.
Great. Okay, let's do that again. Let's do that again. Hold on.
So, your
where's the
sweet
skip
little
button?
friend.
Can I just hold this? And we'll get
good
to...
move.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
it's not. Look,
It must have been her family's
There's
past
no
then,
need
right?
to tell me, darling. She learned the truth about her family, didn't she? That not all that lovely money of theirs was obtained through, how shall we say, completely honest business.
Yep,
It's
it
plain
is
as
that.
day,
Okay.
really. Insufferably idealistic young socialite comes into her fortune and starts throwing it at every charitable cause she can find out of guilt. Oh yes, I know her type well enough.
we learned that a family had been mixed up with some really bad people. No, more than just bad. With true evil.
True evil.
And so it turns out her life of wealth and comfort was built on the blood of innocence. So very tragic for her, I'm sure.
She just wants to make up for it all. Make it all right again. Sometimes I worry she thinks she can carry the weight of the whole world. If she pushes herself hard enough.
Yes, I did say insufferably idealistic, didn't I?
If by that you mean a better person than you'll ever be, then yeah, that's spot on. She just needs someone to watch her back. That's all.
And let me guess, you do whatever it takes to keep your dear little friend safe, wouldn't you?
Whatever it takes.
My,
Whatever it takes.
Such ardor, such resolve. Remind me never to get on your bad side, darling.
So did
Too
she murder the prince? I really don't think so. I think that whole thing's a red herring, honestly. Like, I think Leah and Therese's past is mostly a red herring to make you consider them as suspects. I wish I could skip these introductions. I didn't know it would do it each time we entered a room. I should have something... I don't have something more about you. Okay. Well, let's... I want to go back to the main hall for a reason. And that reason is mostly to speak to Charisse again, but I kind of want to... Okay, you probably don't have anything else. I kind of... Can I call Oxley again? Will that give me anything?
I suppose I could dial a number.
Like, if I redial Oxley... No, there's nothing new. Okay. I feel like we are at the point where we kind of need to go to summation then, even though I'm still a little unsure about several aspects of this. What's with the wine bottle? I don't know. I'm gonna have to start summation though, because I don't know where else to get clues. And if we're wrong about everything, then so be it. That's fate, man. I am gonna save before we enter this though. A nice save before save animation. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see how this goes.